heavily missed on-ride effect has been added back to a ride at Alton Towers. More new track has been added on a heavily missed roller coaster at Alton Towers, and a brand new area has been announced for a theme park that is very close to the UK. It's literally an island. All that and more has happened this past week in theme parks. Noticed more recently that I am going ham on this sport of this past week in theme park. It's honestly incredible to see, isn't it? I mean, I'm probably going to do this for like another 2 episodes and then it'll just be scrapped forever. But if you leave a like, I'll make this a common thing. 1,500 likes and I'll do that. And also, while you're at it, please subscribe. One could say we're on the run up to 50,000 subscribers, which is absolutely crazy. So be sure to subscribe to help out to that goal. It'd be much appreciated. What has happened this past week in theme parks then? If we're being completely open and honest, it's been quite the week. Loads of construction has taken place, some new announcements of rides and attractions all across the world that are going to be built or are being built. And there's even been the random discovery of new track for a new roller coaster spotted somewhere in a random plot of land, and also some old track too. There is a lot that's been going on, and you know what? We're going to start with something that UK enthusiasts alike have been getting very excited about. I don't think you're ready to hear this. It's quite the thing. You ready? Here we go. Some waterfalls have turned back on. Imagine being in like Europe or America somewhere and realising that the UK theme park community is excited about waterfalls turning on a rapids ride. We don't have functioning on-ride effects here, please help. Congo River Rapids at Alton Towers has been testing recently with its waterfalls on. Oh, finally. Yes, of course, I do know that throughout the year and the season it's actually been testing on and off all season, but those tests were without people on it, because now it has people on it. It began a while back with like an hour or so before opening in the mornings. It kind of have no one riding, of course, unless, I don't know, someone managed to get on the ride before it opened. They'd run one side of the waterfall and not the other to test what it does to the boat and all these physics and mechanics of water. And then quite a while after, it all fell silent. Until today. Well, a few days ago. As said, loads of people on social media are posting about the waterfalls being back on the beloved River Rapids ride. No longer is it a lazy river ride experience. It's now a lazy river ride experience with some waterfalls. But those waterfalls did make the ride experience a lot more fun, so it's good to see them back, you know, for that one portion of the ride, the 1, 2, 3 seconds that you go through them. Just gonna be like, wow, what? With these waterfalls sticking around, you know what else has decided to stick around? The old Nemesis track. If you don't know by now and you've been living under a carving of a huge stone, Nemesis is being removed. It's not coming back. It's being retracked for 2024 with brand new veiny looking track, which so much has changed already in that site. But I'll get onto that. And the old track was originally pictured and thought to have been completely scrapped. But someone's managed to find an area of land near the park where they're actually storing some of it. I of course wouldn't say where this secret place is if I knew where it was, but I genuinely have no idea where it even is. Wait, hang on a minute, I'm on Google Maps. That's it right there, innit? But yeah, they're storing a select part of the old track, and I don't know what part it is. I don't know. Never know, they might sell it off to enthusiasts to kind of put in their gardens and put it on showcase. They did that for a Rita launch cable and sold it for like 800 quid. I ain't buying that. Or what I'd rather see is the theming of those track pieces being placed somewhere in the ride area or at the ride entrance, you never know. But yeah, it's really odd how it's randomly just popped up and been found like that. More new track, however, has been found for another ride completely far away from Europe or the UK in general. Over in America, guys. I'm touching down in America on this channel now. Top Thrill Dragster, of course, that massive looking roller coaster, closed a while back and has since laid down and not moved or operated at all. The track's been removed in some places, and there's been rumours of an LSM conversion by Zamperla and like this huge 500-foot spike shuttle launch. Oh my god, can you imagine how insane that'd be? But the brand new track and support have been discovered very close to the park at some random location again. And doesn't it just look so new? From what I've heard as well, it's actually going to be coming back next year in 2024, which is really cool to see. I mean, there's way too many retracks opening and reimagining what's happened. I'm booking a flight straight to Cedar Point. I mean, I'd do that anyway, even if they made it 400 foot smaller. Speaking of new rides though, Emerald Park, or formerly known as Tato Park, the Crisp theme park, they have announced 2 brand new roller coasters, which we've known about for years, but they've announced it as this brand new area. Te Nano It's cool. What does that mean? And this looks really cool. It's got 2 Vacomas, one of which is going to be suspended and the other a boomerang, and it just looks incredible. I literally just said that. I'm sure the theming is going to be top notch, and I'm sure the rides will also be top notch. I will get out to ride them when they open, I promise you. And lo and behold, this news update has been very heavily influenced by New Track, and New Track for those 2 coasters is also on site. There's too much track, and lo and behold, there's even more track on its way to Europe. Walibi Belgium hasn't really announced, but people have leaked it. They're building a brand new launched roller coaster for 2025, and it's going to have a dockyard style theme. Where have I seen that before? The ride's going to have 3 launches and be a family-esque layout, so it's not going to be too thrilling like Conda, but it's going to be a nice and calming one. A fun ride. But yeah, there seems like there's going to be deliveries going everywhere at the minute, even back home. More track deliveries here. If you didn't guess from my funny little joke there, New Track has appeared on site as well at Alton Towers in the Nemesis site. You think if I can see that from my window, then technically my room is the observation platform. And this right here isn't a joke. There is so much track that has gone in. I mean, the last time I spoke to you guys about this project, about Nemesis and about the retracking process, the corkscrew was about to go in towards the end of the ride, and that turnaround at the end had been done, and that was basically it. Oh whoa, there's so much more now. The whole overbank that goes from the vertical loop to that corkscrew, including the corkscrew, has now gone in. Not only is the last turnaround in, but the main turnaround after the 0G roll and before the vertical loop, that's now in, and I'm pretty sure the vertical loop track is waiting for the minutes to go by, so that can go in too. Where I'm stood right now on the site is basically where they've moved everything up to, so they can actually have easier access to that main pit with the vertical loop where I'm standing right now. So they can install it all perfectly when the time comes. And they've even been installing this track whilst the park's been open. They usually do it overnight, but now they've decided, you know what, let's let everyone see it for once. I need to get down and see it for myself at some point because it just looks so cool. I'll do it soon. Genuinely cannot wait for Nemesis to be complete and for it to reopen though. It's going to be so epic. I mean, they've also begun restoration on that station building as well, because they've taken away certain parts with the old like carpented track. It's not carpeted, what am I on about? The fake track that's like moulded into the rocks and stuff, those little arm things, they're gone. I think it's going to look a whole lot different next year, and I'm excited to see it. Either way, are you excited for Nemesis Reborn, and are you going to visit when it reopens? I know I am. Subscribe.
Good night.